Warning, this episode of Anywhere But Here features frequent use of the word cunt.
If this word offends you, or you feel overuse of this word might offend you in any way, we suggest you stop listening.
Like, now.
You cunt.
Hey, Cooter! Joe! Check this out! Here's Anywhere But Here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about Anywhere But Here.
What's Anywhere But Here? Anywhere But Here in Mississippi?
No, man, Anywhere But Here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the Wars in the Stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere But Here podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 42, where we are deep thought this week about all sorts of things. We shall cover, well, what are we going to cover? I suppose the life, the universe and everything.
Everything, really.
Perhaps. Episode 42. We are on www.abhpods.com.
Yes, we are on... I'm going to go Facebook. I'm going to take you on this week. Facebook.com/ABHpod.
We are also on Twitter. You can find us at ABHpod.
I'm at Hey It's Ant.
And I'm at Hey It's Me Tom.
Yeah. YouTube.
Indeed.
.com/ABHpodcast, where you can see us talk.
You can, yes. And you can see the lovely yellow light we're under because it's a bit dark in here today.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Oh, well. But it's really light outside. I don't understand quite why that is. Who knows? Physics and shit.
YouTube, Twitter,
what else?
Facebook,
yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, you can get us on, like, you can download, you can stream us on Stitcher Radio, you can
subscribe there. You can subscribe at iTunes.
Yeah, please do subscribe and leave comments and stuff and rate us and thumbs up. The last people to have put anything on iTunes are actually A History of Misunderstanding.
Yeah. And we got an awesome shout out from them at the end of their latest episode. If
I haven't got there yet because the link for their
they've changed their
recent
feed, haven't they?
I had to sort it out today. So I will catch up with them this week, hopefully.
The shout-out's cool. They shout out Nerd Church and then Stinking Paws in it as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
right. I can't wait.
It's funny. It's funny. It made me smile.
I can't wait. I really want to hear it. Another podcast that I said last week that I downloaded their episodes.
Yes.
I've listened to 6 of their episodes, which is actually up to episode 5 because one of them was cut in half.
Yeah.
Some guys called Drunk Geekcast.
Yes, and I've listened to a couple of their episodes this week as well.
Yes, and they have been very complimentary about us since about episode 3, I believe, of theirs. And so we'd like to, apologise that we weren't on the bandwagon straight away. But also, you know, I really like what you do. Actually, the thing with theirs is that they do a lot of home brewing and they drink while they record. And... they liken themselves to us, but we don't drink, and we're British, and we're more classy.
Yeah, we would. It would be less classy if we did drink. I think.
Yeah,
not because of the drinking.
No,
but
just because of the time we record at, which is we record. The reason we really don't drink. I've had 1 can of Foster's on this show.
Yeah, and that was early
when we used to record in the afternoon.
Later. Yeah.
We record mainly in the mornings now. We get together at about 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning to record this. So really having a drink at this time in the morning...
It would bring our class down. I don't think we are classy. I mean, we haven't even got a classy English accent. The only time there's ever been a classy English accent on it was when you done your impression of fucking... the Scientology guy, John
Mappin, who I got a Christmas card from the Mappins the other week.
Nice.
It came at the end of October.
Yeah, and it's a nice summary shot of Camelot Castle with like holly and shit around the edge.
I'm gonna put the photos up somewhere. I keep meaning to put them up on Why We Would Protest, but it doesn't seem that you can put photos up that are yours. Yeah, they've got to be from a website.
Well, I imagine you could probably host them somewhere and then put like forum code, like BB code.
Maybe I'm going to have to get myself a Flickr or something, or whatever it is.
It's a very odd picture. It's very odd seeing the castle in summer, but having like holly wreaths and
a
things.
terribly photoshopped Christmas tree in one of the other pictures. It's awful.
Yeah.
I will put the pictures up somewhere so you can see my not so personalised card from John and Irina and their dogs, I assume.
Yeah.
Coco, Graffy and something else.
Oreo, I don't know. It's not Oreo, but it's something weird. Not weird. That's not weird, but you know what I mean.
No, but I get it. Today also is Remembrance Sunday.
It is, yeah.
As well.
Or Veterans Day in the US,
hence
isn't
the
it?
poppy. I have donned the poppy today.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's
yeah,
fine. It probably
older
didn't
one.
come around your work, and you probably haven't seen anyone in the street selling them because there's not so many.
No, we did.
people
Liz
anymore.
and Chloe have got them,
Oh,
and
right.
Chloe's got a wristband because that's popular now. The
Yeah,
wristbands,
the
aren't they? But
wristbands.
yeah, I didn't even think to grab one when I walked past. I just I lose track of all date, and and usually they come out a couple of weeks beforehand.
True. Yeah.
And it
Normally
gives you time,
they-
but I saw them, I was I'll grab one of those, not
Yeah.
realising it's Saturday the
Yeah.
10th and tomorrow is Remembrance Sunday.
It's weird, isn't it? There just hasn't been the presence this year. I think that's sad.
No.
I think because it's a good. I think it's something that you have to remember, really.
It is. I mean, it's getting lost on younger generations, I think, because it's not quite so prominent in
I mean,
your
hell,
face.
the First World War is coming up to being 100 years ago.
Exactly. I
Which
mean,
is
like,
ridiculous. when
and
you
like,
think about
it's
it.
just one of those things where people just distance themselves from history after sort of 50, 60 years. It starts to lose. Well, not even. It's probably further than that. It just starts. People just stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
It used to be hammered into you at school.
Yeah.
And you used to buy poppies at school and stuff, but there was nothing about that in the school letters from Chloe, which is
Oh,
a shame.
right.
I remember being at school and it was every single year.
Yeah.
And then you do your minute silence
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Which
We're not going to do a minute silence.
No.
Because that wouldn't be very interesting on a podcast.
No. So we've gone for. I've pulled up a war poem that was written by an American poet called John McRae. It's called In Flanders Fields. And it's been read in this version by Tom O'Bedlam, and I'm afraid I didn't do any research
No.
into who he is, so sorry about that. But basically what happened was McRae was a doctor of medicine, and he saw his friend killed during World War One while in charge of a field hospital, and he wrote the poem the next day in 1915. We thought we'd play this for you as it's about a minute long, and like we said, silence for a minute on a podcast is probably
Not.
as much as it would be respectful for us to have the minute. And it's almost 11 o'clock. In fact,
is
it's
11
just
o'clock.
turned 11.
So we're going to play it for you now. And we
here
will
we
be
are.
back.
This is Flanders Field by John McRae.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
There we go.
Yeah.
Flanders Fields.
Oh, chills.
That's yeah. So we don't want to bring it down much more than that, because I think the things that we've got to kind of talk about today kind of counterpoint that, and we don't want to bring people down. Just we'd like to kind of remember all the people who've lost their lives or have been maimed or you know, and the loved ones who are left behind by war.
And those people obviously have given the chance to live like we are now and be
That's right.
speaking to you like we are
Exactly.
Because I very, very much doubt if the wars went the other way that we would be doing this right now.
No, probably not.
You know, what with outlawed music and shit like that in West Germany, wasn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause, like, was it
Yeah.
Rammstein? They had to, like, when they were putting on gigs and stuff, they had to do. It was like fucking, you know, the old raves that
Yeah,
illegal
that's right.
raves
That's
that-
why they
had
had
to do
that
illegal
kind of-
concerts in warehouses and run with all their fucking equipment.
And I think they kind of grew out of the rave scene, didn't they? Because their first couple of albums are very kind of
Techno and
techno
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the underground music scene and shit like that. I just remember hearing stories that they used to put on these illegal concerts and shit.
But they were named after an American air base in Germany, weren't they? Ramstein is an
is that what
American
it
air
is?
base.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
Oh.
probably some links
Oh,
there.
war
I would
related.
imagine.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
The more we learn, eh?
Accidental stuff
Knowledge.
that works. Yeah, accidental knowledge. I couldn't think of the word.
But yeah, so we just we're going to leave that there. I think.
Yeah, I think,
you know, all the somber stuff. I hope that you've had a little bit of reflection in the first couple of minutes of this podcast. But now on with the show.
Yeah.
I feel now slightly linked to. We're going to stay on soldiers for a bit, or did you have your story?
What was my story?
You said something about
Oh,
soldiers.
those soldiers. It was I couldn't find it, but it was about the those two. See, this is really bad. Going from this, the people that gave their lives and done everything we could. I suppose it's linking to my stories that I've got for today.
Right.
My stories that I've got about me, about people being cunts, really.
Right.
And this one's about soldiers being cunts, because people can really be cunts.
True.
It's those three soldiers recently. It was a field. Was it in Iraq, Iran, one of the two, where they had that just this innocent civilian who got injured, I think, in airstrikes, and he was trying to run away through fields, and they basically caught up with him and just murdered him. You know. And like, there's that helmet camera footage of it that they showed in court, but we see stills from it, and then there's the audio. And after the guy shoots him through the head, like, this guy could not get away,
Right.
and he was trying to crawl away, and they eventually caught up with him and just put a bullet through his head. And the guy was like, "Oh, obviously, lads, we'll keep this quiet because I did just break the Geneva Convention," and just laughed about it. And it's just like, fucking.
Don't they know they're filming themselves?
Well, there's a point where he says about it where they're chasing down, so, "Oh, best turn this off."
Right.
And then it comes back on. So I don't know if it's got a thing where it automatically comes back on if it's switched off, and
Well,
he wasn't
it's a fucking
sure.
good thing it did.
Yeah, he's been put away. The other two have been sent back to their base
Oh, good.
for their.
At least there's
for their-
two of them left out there.
But that's just like Liz said, it's
Yeah.
like accessory to murder,
Yeah.
because he's been
I
put
mean,
away for
was
murder.
the guy they shot, was he an insurgent? I mean,
I think he was insurgent.
so
But
It's a
there
fine
is
line,
Geneva
isn't it? That's the
Code
thing.
where
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
supposed. He's injured. He can't get away. He's not threatening them at all.
yeah,
They should arrest him.
yeah,
Instead, they chased him.
true.
And they're talking about how they're going to do it. Oh, we could put one in his leg, and we could put one here. Oh, we've got to make it look like he was caught in the air. Like, the idea was they were going to make it look like he was caught in an airstrike,
Right.
but they just shot him through the head. It's like, they should arrest him, and he should be tried for his crimes, war crimes. It's, you
And
know,
in
there's
turn,
stuff like that.
they commit a war crime.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does link a lot to, like, the whole. There's a new thing going where people are saying people are put into the army too young. 16 is too young for people to go into the army,
I think that's probably right.
because it affects people's brains.
Yeah.
War does
and I don't,
messed up things to people.
I don't think at 16 that you're a fully formed adult either.
No, that is exactly
you
one
know,
of the arguments.
And even like, especially nowadays, I don't feel like a fully formed adult, and I'm in my late 20s.
No,
now,
but
you know.
I, on the other hand, I have done all I can to stop myself becoming a fully formed adult. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to become an adult.
No,
I think everyone that's born today has Peter Pan syndrome.
Oh, certainly.
Not
yeah,
that we
yeah.
can fly,
No,
but
That
we
would
want
be
to
nice,
stay
though.
young.
That
yeah,
would be quite
that would
cool,
be
wouldn't
awesome.
but that's what we're talking about.
But yeah,
But yeah, maybe stop enlisting people so young.
yeah, it does give people, like, especially people enlisting now and they're going straight into war. So like 16, 17-year-old,
Send them
there's a
straight
good
out.
chance that they can have experience in killing people
Mm.
before their minds are fully formed and they've fully matured.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, killing people is quite fun. I like this.
Yeah, it's just like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Yeah, my 7-year-old neighbour playing. There was a guy at work, he's like 26, 27, and he's like, I was really shocked by the language used in that game. And there's a 7-year-old next door to me playing it, probably
It's
right now.
Madness, isn't it?
Messed up.
And the parents are okay with it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like-
It was the mum that said, oh, you can go and play your game in a minute. Fucking what?
You what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, those soldiers.
Because there was also that thing that came out a couple of weeks back as well with the soldiers who were throwing the Nazi salutes and stuff, wasn't it? But it was
I
from
didn't
years ago, from
Oh,
the Iraq War or something.
Oh, right.
I don't even know what it was in context to, but it was all over the front page of like the Sun and stuff, you know. Yeah, I think you know.
I think Nazi, like, stuff like that. Not propaganda's not the word, is it? But where people are like fucking dressing up as Nazis for Halloween and throwing Nazi salutes and stuff like that. It is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But it's lost. It's like the word cunt. 10 years ago, you wouldn't have heard that word like you do these days.
I mean, yeah. You might have heard the disclaimer at the beginning of this episode, perhaps. Depending on
how many
our
times we say
usage
cunt today.
of it today. But yeah, you're right. Now
It
it's
doesn't
kind
have
of,
the...
I watched The Departed last night, and the word
Departed.
cunt is used... Sorry, Departed.
No, Departed.
Departed. I'm a cop. We can do American accents.
Honest.
But the word cunt is used in that about 4 times or 5 times.
Yeah, in the gangster world, I think.
I've heard the first time I heard an American use the word cunt, because I thought it was just generally a British phrase or word. Sorry, it's not a phrase. Though some people do use it as a phrase. Was in The Sopranos. It was Tony Soprano.
That's on TV.
Yeah. But it sounded strange coming from an American. Like
like a lot of Americans say, it doesn't have. When the Americans say it, it sounds fun. When English people say it, it sounds.
I think there's more plosive in the English, like the sounds. Yeah,
that's what we used to use for our sound checks.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it was.
Instead of saying 1,
back
2
in the band,
to get the highs and the lows, we used to go cunt.
Kentish
You get
cunt.
the and you got the
yeah.
yeah. So
It
that's
was a
probably
good word
really
to
cool
say.
in your earphones, isn't it?
At least we've got the pop shields nowadays. Yes, where was I going with that? Don't know.
The first time you heard it.
Yeah.
So the American English.
Yeah.
Americans, you wouldn't have thought. I don't know. I think it can sound fun when English people say it.
Yeah.
I mean, it does.
I think
suppose
we
it doesn't
sound...
have the playful sound, but you can make it playful, like when we're talking to people
certainly.
at work. Someone makes you jump, you cunt.
Yeah.
Which we're saying like in a nice, happy, fun manner,
in a
but
friendly way.
it still sounds quite.
Yeah. Quite nasty. I mean, it's kind of officially the most horrible word in the language, isn't it?
Liz hates it, which is
yeah.
why she's gone out, so I don't mind saying it so much.
Yeah, there's no one else in the house, so we're allowed. We've got free reign.
Yeah. That's it.
But before I think we get into cunts,
Yeah.
I've got a couple of geeky
Some people like
bits.
to get into cunts.
They do.
Sexual preference.
But yeah. I mean, we have we don't discourage anything.
No.
But yeah, before we get into that, I got a couple of bits of geekery to get through.
It, yeah.
Well, we've both seen Thor: The Dark Worlds now.
we did, yeah.
I saw it last Sunday, just after we finished recording here.
And I saw it last night, so I haven't had time to kind of.
You've seen it more recently, but
I haven't had time to fully.
To fully form an opinion.
Yeah,
No?
I mean, I've got an opinion.
Yeah.
But
Well, what was your opinion of it?
I did like it.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly not. I have a lot of problems with it. A shit ton of problems with it, really. But I don't know if I can get to them without spoiling anything.
Well, no, this is the thing.
So, I mean, it's a risk we run. But I did like it. I had fun. I really did have fun.
Yeah.
I laughed.
Yes. It
I
was
got
a funny
glassy-eyed.
film. Yeah.
And I went, what?
Yeah. Like, I think it was a little bit... I think it was a bit kind of... It didn't get going.
It was slightly... Yeah. Oh, yeah. True,
until
actually.
Loki was freed from the cell.
Yeah, you have to do the setup. I mean, the weird thing is, the setup, it took ages, but at the same time as it taking ages, it seemed to be jumping from place to place. Like, it was jumping a huge amount of time.
Yeah.
Quickly, but over a long period of time.
Yeah, so
it
pacing...
felt long.
The pacing
but it felt,
was wrong.
I suppose.
What they needed was European pacing.
Yeah, like they were covering a huge amount of time, but they were chopping from place to place to place.
It's true. And certain...
I thought it was slightly ridiculous. Like, I mean, it's about fucking Norse gods
Norse
and
mythology, and there's 9 dimensions all connected.
But that
by
whole
the Bifrost.
fight with the 9 dimensions part, I thought was slightly ridiculous.
What, the very end fight?
Yes.
Yeah, where they're jumping
all
over the place. Yeah.
It was slightly ridiculous, but it was funny.
I didn't understand. Well, there was a Portal reference, wasn't it, really? Like that bit
suppose
at the
it
very
was,
beginning where they drop the shoe down and it goes through the portal and it comes through the portal at the top.
And it was gradually gaining speed, obviously, because of...
But I couldn't quite understand how that really worked. They didn't
explain the spiky things.
No.
I suppose they were creating a rift
Yeah.
So they were opening other portals. Yeah.
But
those grenades, the single point energy grenades, were fucking amazing. I was
cool.
like, oh.
Yeah. And Thor should have let Loki go in. He should have let Loki die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought
He did anyway.
The Kat Dennings' character, Darcy, whatever her fucking name is.
I know people hate her, but I really like her.
I just thought it was
I
forced.
thought she was funny. She's some comic relief.
Yeah, but
she does go. They do go for the obvious jokes with her, but I can't.
But I remembered her being funny in the first one.
I thought she was funny in this one.
I thought it just seemed
You
more
didn't let
forced.
anyone's opinions on the podcast. Oh no, you might not have heard that episode actually.
Probably haven't.
Oh okay. There's a They go on a Kat Dennings
Who's this?
on History.
Oh really? No, see, I haven't heard that.
Really funny.
Oh right.
It is really funny.
No, I'm going to be honest. I thought that her bits of comic relief were they felt a bit forced.
There was a lot of forced comic relief.
Yeah, but I liked
with
it.
Loki. How about I use one of your new friends?
That was
totally
brilliant,
forced.
but I liked that.
I laughed out loud, but it did pull me out of the film.
Yeah, maybe, but I liked the cameo. That was
it was good. It was good, but
yeah.
I did think it was unnecessary, and it forced a bit like most of Kat Dennings. As you said.
True, perhaps.
I thought it was kind of forced. I loved Eric dancing around Stonehenge.
Yes, that was funny. Stellan Skarsgård getting naked at Stonehenge, but it felt more like a fantasy film. It was more of a fantasy film than it was a superhero film.
This is the thing.
well. And I think this is what people are getting a little bit upset about. It was more like Lord of the Rings meets Star Wars.
It's definitely Star Wars. There was B-wings. They fucking had B-wings.
Yeah,
those ships were B-wings.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
They didn't have the extra.
They didn't have
the extra
the
fins.
extra fins that came out to make it across, but they were effectively B-wings.
Pretty much B-wings, yeah, because you had the pod and then the short spike on top, the long spike on the bottom.
And it rotated around the cockpit.
They were fucking B-wings.
They were. But the most badass bit of the whole film...
And you had the carriages,
Yes, the
Asgard carriages.
Yeah, the Asgardian
They had
ones.
Star Wars pod racer sounds. They had the engine sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they did. There was a lot
Sorry, I'm going to my Star Wars sound effects.
No,
I could do a lightsaber if you want.
But
Sorry.
I like it. But the most badass bit of the whole film, I thought, was Heimdall taking down that B-wing with using just his daggers. He ran out because it was cloaked as it went by, and he was like, and then ran out the bridge support. Idris Elba
getting the fucking respect he deserves. And
finally, he got to take his helmet off because he's famous in America enough now.
That he can take his helmet off and be like, oh, it's him. Speaking of, it's him. I know I should have realised. I didn't look at the cast list before I went. I haven't looked at it. I did not realise that was Christopher Eccleston.
Did you not?
No,
I know.
But when I read the credits, I was like, oh yeah, I heard he was in it.
And
he was like fucking the
main villain. Yeah, Malekith,
him,
the Dark Elf. You probably wouldn't recognise him because he's behind a lot of makeup and speaks most of his lines in Elvish.
Yeah,
with a really, really deep voice modulator on him.
Yeah.
As well.
Also, something that really annoyed me is he spoke Elvish all the way through the film, right up until the end.
Yeah, where he had to face
when you had to get the gravitas of the situation.
where
he suddenly speaks in an English.
Yeah, and it's like, well, stick to one or the other.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to speak.
A bit pointless.
English.
Although, to be fair, the TARDIS does have a translator for foreign languages, so maybe he was speaking Elvish, but we understood it in English. So
maybe it was a babel fish in the ear, perhaps. Who knows?
No, never mind.
I thought, it's unfortunate, really, because obviously the best character in it is Loki.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Tom Hiddleston's awesome.
That part where he pulls a cloak off in his cell.
Yeah.
Liz, literally audible, like, oh.
Yeah, where he's, putting on the front of him just being, angry and
in the actual fact, he's all cut up and
he's cut himself to pieces and
greasy and hair pulled out and everything. Yeah, Liz audible like, oh, because she loves Loki. Everyone loves Loki. I think he's fantastic. One of the best characters.
I think it's a shame because the interplay between him and Thor is brilliant. I thought. But what holds Chris Hemsworth back from being able to have that same effect. Is that he's basically playing a god, and he has to speak very nobly, and he has very stilted lines, which means he can't play about with the character. Whereas Loki is more mischievous, and he's got that kind of fluid, kind of serpentine thing about him, where he's up to no good, but he can play with that and really kind of. It just looks like he's having so much fun.
And
that really comes across, I thought.
Yeah, Thor has to keep this front of I'm a big, strong man. I can't let my emotions show. Whereas, But yeah, I did love that relationship between them where they can't trust each other. They hate each other, but
they
they're
have
brothers.
to work together.
And they want to trust each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bit
where he fools Malekith and the big
Liz.
Kai.
Liz was like, Liz hated that bit, and I was sitting there going, I know what's coming.
I was shocked, but then I was like, nah.
Yeah, I kind of what? I know.
Shield.
I enjoyed it. There are a hell of a lot of problems. It's ridiculous the jumping between dimensions.
I mean, the thing is, it was quite hard to keep up with the plot. I feel if you weren't au fait with all the Nordic terms for things like.
I'm not up with them. I didn't have trouble with it. I don't think. I understand how it could be confusing for some.
I mean, there was stuff like the ether, and it wasn't properly explained, really.
No, I mean a lot of it's not properly explained.
No. And the reason there were these dimensional shifts going on was kind of like, oh well, all the dimensions are aligning, and that's kind of why this happens.
Yeah. Well, that's how I understood it.
Okay.
The planets are close together.
Yeah.
And not even the planets, the fucking dimensions.
No, it was dimensions, wasn't it? Because there was that one point where they all did kind of start to align above London.
Yeah, and that kind of pulls you in, going, oh, okay, I see what's happening. There's the window.
There's the visual thing. Yeah. But you didn't see all 9 realms. You only saw 4.
Yeah, it was probably only 4. Yeah, but maybe somewhere below. That's the thing.
Most of them were up in the sky though, because there was that one that was full of molten lava, but you never actually.
Yeah, you had those.
See it.
You had Earth, where Earth was, and then you had the 4 above it. But there's nothing saying there's not another 4 below it, and we're in the middle of them all.
Perhaps.
Because I can't remember where they. Remember in the first one where Thor is explaining the 9 dimensions.
Yeah,
to
it's kind of
Jane.
like a tree.
Does he say where Earth is in these 9 dimensions? Because it could be in the middle. I think
it's in the middle, and everything else revolves around, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's in the middle. So it would make sense if 4 are above, then 4 would be below.
Maybe
4, not Thor.
But yeah, I thought that final fight scene, though it was ludicrous, didn't drag on for as long as most of the other ones.
It wasn't 15 minutes long.
No.
And it didn't destroy too much of London.
No.
And they didn't.
It destroyed Greenwich, which I went with Ian, and he studied at Greenwich and had a really bad time there. So
was that Greenwich Uni?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the actual campus.
No. So he was quite happy about it.
Yeah, he was like, "This is awesome. They're destroying my university."
Awesome.
Talking about cunts.
Yeah. What, Ian? Or the university?
The university. Yeah, no. God, no.
I was like, what?
No, he couldn't be further from.
No.
But yeah, it didn't drag on like the Iron Man one or like the Avengers
Still
one.
haven't seen Iron Man.
Not that the Avengers really dragged on, but that final fight scene went on for like half an hour.
It was long, but there was enough going on.
Yeah, that you didn't.
I think
really...
the secret with the Avengers one, you were following 5 different people fighting, whereas like with Iron Man, I imagine you're just following the one maybe. Because I haven't seen it. Man of Steel, where you're just following one fight.
One person going on and on and on.
And exploding windows and taking buildings down.
I hope Batman kicks his ass.
And the Earth, the world, what was it called? The world creating machine? Or
world
the
engine.
The world engine.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's like calling it unobtainium.
Not quite so unobtainium.
Yeah. Difficult to attain.
So at the end of Thor, there are 2 post. Well, there's one during credit scene and there's one post.
I only saw the during because I really had to go for a piss.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
The thing is, like, the Avengers had 2 credit scenes as well, and if you stayed for the very last one, it was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Really, where they were all sat around in that shawarma restaurant eating stuff, and it's like,
what?
I've just sat through 15 minutes of credits for that.
But yeah, I think the thing is, like, I didn't see it, but I read up on it. I think Thor has the same thing, doesn't it?
No, there's more going on, really. I mean, he comes back, and him
which
and
you
Natalie
get,
Portman
which you get from the end of the film.
Yeah, I don't.
So you just assume that's going to happen.
I don't think it adds a lot to
No.
it. I mean, the one in the middle of the credits kind of sets up Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
It's got Benicio del Toro as the collector,
Yeah.
and it all looked a little bit cartoony.
But it's Guardians of the
Because
Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy is going to get cartoony, but I wonder whether it's all going to go a bit weird and cartoony in Phase 3 now, after the next
Because
Avengers
Guardians
movie.
are in it. It might get
I
a
wonder
bit...
whether they can't cross Guardians into any of the other films.
No, I
because-
think it is just a case of... Maybe, because there's... is it 5 or 6 of the... what was he saying? Just another 5 to go. Didn't he? One down, 5 to go.
The
powers,
gems.
yeah. So he's got one of them. So maybe there's one in Guardians, maybe there's one in another film, so they all link together.
Because the collector...
They might not cross over as such.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Eternity Gems.
The Eternity Gems.
Because our friend Fred
yes.
weighed in after I'd put my blog up about Thor last week.
Yeah.
He didn't have a very good time watching it.
He didn't enjoy it at
No,
all.
he thought it was shit, actually.
I think the thing is, with Thor, like I was going to say earlier, you've got to, like you said, it's very fantasy. It's one of those things I realised, like, maybe before the film or maybe Friday, I realised, shit, I'm going to watch Thor.
Yeah.
I've got to expect a fantasy film. I can't expect a comic book movie as such.
Yeah, it's not going to be
Like, Thor isn't a comic
he's not
book
a
hero.
superhero, is he?
No.
He's an alien.
So it's a totally different film. So you can't go in there expecting like an Iron Man type film or something like that. You've got to expect to go, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
It's a fantasy story.
Yeah.
It's
basically.
totally different. Like,
And I liked it.
I imagine Fred's a lot more knowledgeable on it than
Yeah,
us.
me and him got into a really big geek debate about how maybe it should have gone, or like, you know, where they could go with Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. And it kind of I mean, he's way more knowledgeable on it than me. I had to look up a lot of things to kind of keep up with the conversation, if I'm honest.
To sound like you knew what you were talking
Yes,
about.
yeah. But I could, you know, I held my own, I feel, maybe. But it basically brought us to the fact that Marvel is also taking over the TV. I mean, if they've not just got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I watched last night, actually, as well, the newest episode.
I'm still a couple behind.
Why wouldn't you do this? Basically, what's happening is Marvel have made a deal with Netflix for 4 more live action series.
Oh, really?
Yes, one of them will be Daredevil.
And that's how they get around the licensing, I suppose, for Daredevil.
Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage.
See, these could be...
These are all kind of minor.
Yeah, but it's a way to get them
Kind
out
of
because
heroes.
people are more accepting of TV series they don't know anything about.
They
So
certainly are.
even if people don't understand what these things are, they can get into it because it's a TV series.
That's true.
And it gives you more time to cover the background of things and explain things as well.
You can play the story out over months as opposed to, you know. They've committed to a minimum 4 13-episode series.
Wow.
So that's quite a lot.
Wow.
That all come together for an event mini-series called The Defenders.
So they're all members of the Defenders.
It kind of sets up an Avengers-esque TV show.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's clever.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
They are
Marvel are
beating the shit out of DC, aren't they?
Marvel is so... Like, they've gone, so if we get these films where we get these 1 or 2 characters and then we can bring them together to make this one big thing, we can make more films. They've kind of done it with TV now. So if we get these 4 little characters to create one bigger TV... So if you liked Nick Cage or Daredevil or Jessica Jones... So they won't have everyone watching them, but everyone that watched that will probably watch the Defenders TV series.
That's right.
So you get like a quadruple audience.
Yeah.
Or
It's
not,
so
because there'll be some
clever.
crossover. They're fucking...
But I wonder how niche they can go and how whether the
I wonder how
audience
long
is
they
there.
can keep it
This
up.
is what I was saying with
People
Fred.
are gonna
like,
start getting
how
bored.
long can you keep pushing this universe? And the fact that they're bringing stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man and these kind of light-hearted, very comic centric
But bring them into a fairly
characters, but
serious...
trying to bring them into a... Because this is what I'm saying is like the first 2 phases of Marvel's films, like from Iron Man to Thor: The Dark World, has been based in a kind of reality that you can you can kind of believe him.
Yeah, you
it's
almost
it's
accept
grounded in kind of reality.
Yeah.
To a point where you can go, yeah, all right. If he's got this much money, he can probably build all these suits. And
Yeah,
he's,
and
a
there
super
is a
genius.
possibility there's Norse gods because
because it was a big part of mythology and stuff, and it's
I think Captain
multi-dimensional
America and
beings.
Hulk are pushing it a bit.
Yeah.
But people know Captain America and the Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you're more likely to accept because of the world they've created. But now they're going off into these very minor characters, and also
I think
stuff like Guardians of the
and
Galaxy.
Ant-Man are going to make.
Is it all going to get
people gonna
quite
accept it?
cartoonish? That's what I'm a bit worried about, because Benicio del Toro looked like he was from a different film altogether.
Yes.
At the end of Thor.
Yeah,
the
he was
Dark
like a raccoon,
Worlds.
wasn't he?
Well, there was
Rocket
Rocket
Raccoon.
Raccoon, of course.
Yeah.
No, his character, the Collector, is like an eternally living.
Oh yeah. I did read that part.
Person. Yeah, he's kind of one of these 4 or 5 eternal beings that have been around forever, and he collects things because his wife decided that she didn't want to be eternal anymore and made herself mortal.
Oh, okay.
Died.
So he's kind of filling a void with stuff.
Yeah,
He's a hoarder.
Basically he turned into the ultimate hoarder and collects all these really rare artifacts and even races, which are those women in the cages.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So he collects like the last of their kind and stuff like this, but it makes him very powerful because he has all these weird and wonderful things to his disposal. And at some points in the comics, he actually enslaves the Avengers.
Oh, okay.
And he heads off against one of his mentors, the Grandmaster, with the Avengers versus the people that the Grandmaster has taken over.
Okay.
So you got Hulk versus Red Hulk and
Oh,
all
I
these
see.
things,
Yeah.
which is what Fred was saying, that like I hope it goes down that route. And I was
That would be awesome.
don't know, like,
But it's easier for people to accept in a comic book.
yeah, on
It's
TV
gonna be a
and
lot
on film,
harder to
yeah,
get
I
it.
think it's going to be more difficult to kind of push on an audience.
I mean,
a mainstream
Yeah.
audience.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we're saying, and then people say, "Oh, it's genius what they're doing with these films, where you get this one character introduced and then you get this big." Marvel have been doing it for years in their comics.
Yeah,
That's what they've always done.
yeah, true.
So it's not actually like it's a new thing. It's just a new medium.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we're saying, "Oh, it's genius how they're doing this and they're doing that," and they've always done
But
it.
then you and I aren't really that versed in comics.
No, not that
No.
far back and not that detailed.
But also, my fear is that a mainstream audience is going to stop accepting it and be just like, "This is stupid."
People, comic book readers and comic book collectors are a lot less flippant.
Yeah,
It's
that's
easier
right.
to go, "No, I'm not going to watch that film."
Yeah, yeah. You basically you vote with your wallet and you
what-
vote with your feet, don't
What
you?
you're taking with the film is you're going, right, we've got about 5 years worth of comic books and we're going to put it in a 2-hour film.
Yeah, and it's really difficult.
Now,
to
if
do
you've
that,
been
I'd
collecting comic books for a year and then you start going, "This is getting shit," but I've been collecting for a year, so I've got to keep going.
imagine. yeah.
Because you just have that mentality. I think that's human nature. With a film, you're like, "I've watched that film. Oh, that new film looks a bit shit. Oh, I can't be bothered. I've only invested 2 hours of my life."
That's right.
So
it's kind of like
rather than a year or 2 years.
It's kind of like this DC reboot. It's like, I've seen Man of Steel. I didn't like it. I wasn't going to go and see the second one until I realised the Batman was in it.
And you have to.
And
you
now
can't,
I have
you
to
can't turn
because I
down the
love
Batman.
And they're a bunch of bastards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that's my geek thing. Also,
I didn't put it on
what's
silent.
that? Oh, there's your phone. Also, you've stopped listening to Fat Man on Batman, haven't you?
Yeah.
This week's episode.
Oh, is it the Man of Steel thing?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it was fucking brilliant because they had they had Paul Dini on, the guy who
Oh,
did
I
the
enjoyed
animated
his
series.
ones actually.
Listen to it.
Oh,
It's
really?
fucking amazing because they start talking about the advert for the new game, Arkham Origins.
Oh, okay.
The new trailer where
Yeah.
it starts off Bruce as a kid and he gets beaten up at school and all the rest of it. And after about maybe 2 minutes,
Paul Dini, didn't he write Arkham?
yeah,
He still wrote
writes
Arkham
the
Origins, didn't he?
games, yeah.
Because they changed studios, but they kept Paul Dini.
he
Right,
kept
okay.
on. After about 2 minutes of that, they go off into this thing where they're like, "That would be a brilliant TV show," and the whole episode, it's an hour and a half long, is them coming up with a new TV series based around young Bruce Wayne.
They're gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, they're gonna push it as either a cartoon or live action. I think they're going cartoon.
Oh my God.
But it sounds fucking brilliant. You need to listen to
really?
it because it's like essentially
It's
Bruce,
a true origins
Yeah,
story.
yeah, because no one's done it before. It would be like Smallville, but not as shit as Smallville.
Well, that
Sorry,
excited.
For people who
That
like
got me
Smallville.
excited.
I didn't really
almost
like
as excited as the Hunger Games trailer.
But yeah, the Hunger Games does look fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, like Bruce goes to this school, but like all the people there are somehow connected. Like he's friends with Harvey Dent because they're about the same age and they kind of room. But then there are other people there, and the professor, one of the school counsellors, is Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow.
Oh Jesus!
And the principal of the school is Hugo Strange.
It is Smallville.
Yeah,
Batman,
basically,
Smallville, yeah.
But it sounds like, I mean, you seriously, if don't listen to any of the others, just this week's Batman on Batman is brilliant.
Awesome.
And you need to listen to it. It got me really excited. I was at work doing overtime being like, this is awesome. I couldn't concentrate on work this week.
No.
Anyway, cunts.
Yeah, cunts.
We went well
being
out
cunts.
there. Sorry about that.
That was a long...
Yeah,
but
I
was
didn't
cool.
appreciate, I'm sorry.
That was cool. I liked it. I think people were like, I hope people were like that. But yeah, cunts. People are cunts.
Yeah. What happened, Ant?
So I left you on Sunday.
Yeah.
I got home, unpacked everything, had a little bit of lunch, and then we went doing our food shopping like we always do on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to the Morrison's car park, and you've got parent and child spaces.
Yep.
Like, I had a child with me.
Yeah.
It's basically because kids... I mean, it's supposed to be for buggies, so it's easier to get kids out of a car. So you get a wider parking space. You get a hatched area on either side. And for I do it because when Chloe opens the door, she swings the door right open.
Right.
And you don't want to hit another car.
No.
It's just easier to get kids out of cars, and it's so your kid doesn't have to walk across a car park to get to the car.
Safer.
It's safe.
It's right outside where you need to be.
So we're driving up. We're behind a 4x4.
Chelsea tractor.
Big four-wheel drive. And Liz goes, oh, look, there's a parent and child space right on the end. Oh, fuck, they're going in it. Oh, fair enough. So I pull alongside it. I was like, there's a man in there. There's a man in there pulling into a parent and child space. And you're like, you fucking arsehole or cunt.
Yes.
So I stopped in front of him and just stopped in front of the space, in front of his car, and just looked at him through the window. And he looked at me and he got out. He went, I opened my window. So, you're right there, mate. I went, that's a parent and child space. He went, yep. And then he went to the back of his car. So I was like, oh, maybe he's got a little kid in a carrier in the boot. Or not in the boot, in the back seat.
In the boot.
But then he went into the boot, fiddled about a bit, closed the door, came back to the car, went, you got a problem? I was like,
yes.
yeah, where's your kid? I ain't got one. I went, well, I have. He went, good for you.
Oh,
and then he walked off, stuck his fingers up at me, like I was the one in the wrong.
I
was just like, you
like
fucking
that,
cunt.
man.
He was about 40, 50 years old.
So he should have known better.
Like, I
hate these
understand
people
people that go in, if the car park's empty-ish, there's about 5 or 6 parent and child spaces. If you're just running in there to pick up a fucking packet of Polos or a fucking packet of cigarettes or something, park in a space, go grab them, run back.
Yeah.
But if it's the only space, parent and child space, and you haven't got a kid with you, and someone pulls up alongside you, they've got a kid in the car, you move.
Yeah. This happened to me yesterday, actually.
Like, this fucker he was like, you got a problem. Like, it's just the way, when I said, like, as a parent and child space, yeah. Like
I know, but
I
have a fucking.
I ain't fucking moving.
I am so entitled to use this because I'm a fucking cunt and I am the center of my universe.
You look pissed off.
Oh man, it winds me up. These fucking
I was
people.
shaking the whole way around, and I saw him, and I was like,
I just want to hit you.
I really did. I don't hit people. I've never hit anyone in my life. I want to now. I want to hit him now. He's not even here. And we're going shopping this afternoon. So.
Beware Maidstone.
I'm actually shaking.
No, but it's annoying, isn't it? Because these people have this self-entitlement, and it's like, who gave you that self-entitlement? How do you get off? Where do you fucking get off?
Yeah.
You piece of shit. You cunt.
The one thing that really, 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 really pissed me off about the whole situation, there's no legal repercussions.
No,
I can't do anything about it, and he is well aware of the fact that I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Which is why he was so flippant with me. That's the second time I've used that word.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
In this episode, I mean, not ever.
Yes.
But it's the self-entitlement. It's the car park is free.
Yeah.
So you haven't paid for anything. It's run privately by the supermarket.
So
it's
the
not the council. The council can't do anything. The supermarket don't enforce any sort of laws.
No.
I could go in there and go, oh, there's a guy, he's parked in a parent and child space, he hasn't got a kid, and it was the only one I wanted. They'll go, oh, we'll put a call out for him. Yeah. And they'll call out his number plate, he'll go, oh, that's about the parent and child space. Fuck it. I'll just keep shopping.
Yeah, I've got.
And I was just like, oh my God. And he had one of those faces that you just want to punch anyway as well. It's just fucking
smug, smarmy bastard.
cunt.
Yeah. Because it happened to me the other day. We were popping up to... we were going to have a look to see, the price of HDMI cables. The price of HDMI cables. Fuck. Oh.
Well, it depends where you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I got one. It's a cheap one. It was like £2.
Yeah. That's what I've ordered off Amazon.
Yeah.
Shit, didn't go through the banner. Fuck.
Oh, well. It's £2, Tom.
No, but I bought 2 DVDs with it as well.
Oh, you cunt.
Bollocks. Go to the avh.com banner and go to Amazon.
Fucking correct Tom's mistakes.
Yeah, please. Shit, I bought Pacific Rim and Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, so they're not even old DVDs. They're like new. Oh, well.
What a dickhead.
Oh, well.
It's 27 quid. It would have been...
Not like 15p or something.
Anyway, so we pulled up to PC World and a car was coming out of a space and I was like, yes, because that car park there's not enough spaces.
Which one is it? The one?
Up by Toys R Us, up near me.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So there's never enough spaces in there. And I thought, yeah, that one's coming out. And then I got there and it was a parent and child one. And I was like, oh, we're only going in for a bit. But no, I'm not going to do it.
That's the right way to do it.
Because I'm not a cunt, really.
No, it is. I mean, it's understandable when people do it if there's a lot of spaces. But if there's only the one, just don't.
No, there's no need.
I know it's easy for me to say because I've got a kid now and I can go in those spaces, but I fucking wouldn't do it. Because on the one hand, yes, it's cuntish. On the other hand, I'd be like, oh, what could happen if I did that? Could I get a ticket? They can't enforce the private car parks. Can't enforce those fines.
No.
Like, they can send collectors around, but it'll cost them more money than the parking ticket's worth. So
True.
Second one.
Yeah.
It was on Monday, the next day.
Quite a few cunts.
So I was at home, and the cunts all over the world. So I was at home, the phone was ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. I was like, oh, it must be important, I'll go and pick it up.
Never is it?
It was Windows support calling all the way from India.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've had one of those before. It was Microsoft support at the time, though.
Right.
My computer, which is protected by Windows security... what's it called? Security Suite. Yeah. Microsoft Security Suite. My computer is antivirus and firewall is Microsoft Security Suite.
Yeah.
Windows called me on Monday to say that my computer was sending their systems a virus.
Right.
Well, actually, they didn't. They went, hi, is that Mr. Collett? I was like, yeah. Yeah. Like, this is so-and-so, fuck knows what their name was.
George.
Indian accent. They were probably called Brian or George or John or something like that. Calling from Windows support. And I went, let me guess, my computer is sending you a fucking virus. And they went, oh, don't tell me you haven't got a computer. Which is the first thing. It's like, you're shouting at me. Well done. And I was just like, no, I've got a computer, but it's not sending you a fucking virus. I was swearing because I was instantly like,
on the defensive.
They take advantage of fucking old people that don't know any better. And they've taken advantage of Liz's grandparents and they have sent them hundreds of pounds.
Really?
And they asked me after they'd done it. I was like, yeah. But yeah, they were like, oh yeah, Windows, you sent us a virus, blah, blah, blah. And I was saying, and what did they say? And they said, oh no, I said, I've had this before. And they went, no, those other companies, they're the scammers, we're real. And I was like, you're accusing other people of being scammers. That's fucking professional, isn't it? Oh, you fucking motherfucker.
What?
And I went, oh, and now you're swearing at me as well. Well done, and put the phone down.
Bloody hell.
I was like, fucking, like, they swore at me.
That's insane.
And then about 5 minutes later... I assume
that wasn't actually them then.
No, you got to shim. And then a few minutes later, my phone started ringing again.
Fuck off, you cunts!
No, I picked it up, I went, hello? Dead silence. Hello? Dead silence. Put the phone down. And Chloe was there at the time laughing her head off because she's heard me do it so many times. She finds it hilarious. And about 5 minutes later, my phone started ringing again. So I picked it up. Silence again. About 2 minutes later, my phone started ringing again. Dead silence. Put it down. So now they're harassing me on top of it. Like, you fucking bastards. And then about 10 minutes went by and nothing. I was like, awesome. Then my phone started ringing again. I picked it up. I was like, hello. They went, hello, is that Mr. Collett? I was like, yeah, I've just put the fucking phone down on one of your friends saying they're from Windows support. No, this is the hospital. One of your family members is here. I was like, oh, shit. I went, sorry, what hospital are you calling from again? And they were like, yes, one of your family members. Yeah, and I was sorry. And they went, did you say somebody phoned you? What company were they from? I went, no, I'm more interested in my fucking family member that you said is in hospital right now. Thank you, sir. Put the phone down.
What?
I was like, what the fuck?
That's insane.
That's fucking cunts.
What the fuck, man?
That's like, not only do they swear at me, then harass me, then they tell me one of my family members is in hospital, and over the last year, I've had several members of family in hospital in like life-threatening
serious
conditions.
fucking
like
things.
we spoke about on the podcast at the beginning of the year, my mum with her back operation,
Yeah, that's
her
right.
spine operation. My nan had a fall, went into hospital because she broke her arm and her hip. My mum went in hospital the other week with an asthma attack, like a bad asthma attack. Like, they don't know this, but at the same time,
Like,
you can't do that to people. And again, no legal repercussions.
no, because they're in
India or
they're in another
wherever.
fucking country and they're doing it. Like,
And you phone it and you do like your caller ID
Yeah.
thing, and it's like a 5-digit phone number. Like, how do they get that 5-digit phone number?
Not a clue.
You can't phone it back.
oh man, that sucks. I know that my nan, she used to deal with cold callers. Where she had, I think it must have been some sort of rape alarm, I guess. But what she would do if there was no sound for like a couple of seconds, she just used to turn it on.
That's amazing.
Like a really loud, piercing shriek down the
Brilliant.
fucking
That's
phone.
fucking brilliant. But yeah, like that last one, I was just like, what the fuck? That's just not on at
That's
all.
horrible. That's really, really horrible.
And after, they must have seen my YouTube video.
Yeah, I
About how
guess
to
so.
deal with cold callers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was... I mean, I instantly went on the offence because I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And like Liz's family have been fucking caught out by that. And I ain't getting caught out by that fucking... Like, I've got Microsoft Security Centre. Like, if someone from Microsoft or Windows calls me to tell me I've sent... Oh, that's one of the other things as well. They said, you're not calling from fucking Microsoft. Microsoft are based in California, not fucking India. And I'm pretty sure... Yeah, they're Silicon Valley. They are in California, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's that shit.
But the thing is, like, these people, it just winds me up. Like, you know, and it's normally just the old people that they get because they don't understand the technology and stuff.
No, because
but-
what they want you to do is go to a website and download a piece of software to install on your system so they can control your system and get rid of the virus.
Yeah. But
Microsoft wouldn't do that.
no, exactly. This is the thing. It's like when because there's a lot of scams around banks.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like
definitely.
a reputable, proper bank will never ask you for your account details
No.
when they phone you up. Cause
No, they ask for
they'll
your name, your address,
'Cause guess
a
what?
password.
They already know.
Yeah.
I've got it on a screen in front of me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know all of your account details. I
Yeah,
know how
all
much
they
is
need
in.
is...
All we need is to identify you. So what we'll
Name.
ask is your name, your date of birth. Occasionally some of the security questions get a little bit more complex. Like, do you know roughly how much is in your current account?
Yeah.
Do you know how much your overdraft is?
Or your last transaction.
Yeah, last
Or-
transaction, stuff like that.
Which a lot of people
They'll
don't
never
know.
say what is your account number and sort code because
No.
it's on the screen in front of us. We know. So if anyone ever asks for information like that, don't give it.
That reminds me, actually. On our work, we've changed our payroll system recently, and on the first 5 pay slips that came out of that payroll, because we get paid weekly, so it's 5 weeks, they had our name, our account number, and our sort code
Really?
on the pay slip.
That's a bit worrying.
People can set up direct debits online with that
yeah,
information.
yeah.
That's like,
That's
and loads
pretty
of people
fucked.
complained about
Yeah,
it.
well,
Yeah,
they
we'll sort it
should,
out.
yeah.
And it took about 5 weeks to get sorted.
That's madness. Absolute
It's
madness.
fucking ridiculous. But yeah, so my Sunday and Monday this week were fucking terrible. That's just shit. It really
I
is.
haven't come across much of that just because I've been at work all the fucking time.
Yeah, lots of overtime for you.
Yeah, and more next week, so
Yeah,
I won't have
awesome.
very much.
You're gonna have a good Christmas though.
oh yeah, I'm gonna have a fucking brilliant Christmas.
I realised this week that like talking of Christmas with my PS4. The only game I want for my PS4 is fucking Minecraft, like before Christmas. Everything else I want to play comes out next year.
Right.
Like, I borrowed Battlefield 3 off of one of my friends. It's just so... Like, I like Call of Duty because it's fast-paced. Like, Battlefield is good, but it's slow.
Yeah.
It's very slow-paced. You've got to take your time. You've got to hold. But that I don't really want to play. What else is there? Killzone. I mean, fucking first-person shooters. Just I lose myself in them.
Right.
I spend hours on them, and I never ever play any other game.
Right.
Which is I'm trying to play more games, so
Yeah.
I've got to steer clear of FPS games. So Killzone is out of it. Need for Speed maybe, because driving games are fun, but
Yeah.
it hasn't got longevity for me.
No.
So like everything I want to play, like Destiny, Dying Light, fucking.
They're all
That's
first
next
person.
year.
Yeah,
No, but that's
yeah.
next year.
Oh, yeah. So you've got nothing really to play except Minecraft until next year.
Which I'm fine with. I
Fair
like
enough.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
So
But it's almost here.
yeah.
Almost.
Oh, it comes out this week in America,
Yeah.
Friday. You lucky bastards.
Not that you're still allowed to.
I'm still
open
not.
it until-
I wouldn't be allowed it even if it came out here on Friday. But I don't know if anyone we know's getting the. I know Miles plays PlayStation 3. Doesn't
Yeah,
he? He's got
yeah.
PS3. I think a couple of them have. So I don't know if any of them are getting a PS4 though,
I'm sure some of them will.
or any of our listeners. So
Who knows? Let us know and
us
what you'll
know.
be playing.
and let us know if we're on Windows
Yeah.
phone, please.
I think
Jake.
we are.
I'm assuming we are.
Yeah.
We're going to assume we are until we're told different.
Yeah. Right. The end of an era now.
Yeah.
The end of an era. The end of a. The end of a. The end of a bit we've been.
We're
doing
going to go
for
out
the last-
strong. Neither of us have researched what we're going to talk
No,
about.
and so this could ramble a bit. Who knows? We've
not
only
like
got 5
us.
minutes until the hour.
The ABCs of ABH. What letters today?
Z.
Not Z.
We're going to repeat again.
Z.
Because that's the real way to say it.
Right. Whose go is
Because
it?
both of our Zs that we're going for, the word starts Z.
Not
It's got the
Z.
Z sound.
But
Yeah.
Z does.
Anyway, I don't know. We're right, okay? We're
Right.
not going to argue.
We invented it.
It's called the English language. I went first last week.
Okay.
Yours could be longer, actually.
Well, it's something that both of us, I think, can talk about because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you know what
Yeah, I know.
is.
I'm going to act surprised, though. When you say,
Okay.
but I think mine could be a quick one because I haven't really researched it a lot.
Okay.
Or whatever, but it's Zelda.
Okay.
Because I started playing it on my phone.
Yes,
'cause
you
I
did,
can, and it's
yes.
so much fucking fun. I missed it. Did you play it as a...
I
youngster?
never had a Zelda game. I never really. I
you never
think,
played Zelda?
No. I think. I think we had. I don't know whether it was a NES or a SNES. Whether it was Nintendo Entertainment System or Super Nintendo.
See, that's
Entertainment
another
System.
English thing. NES and
Yeah,
SNES.
yeah.
They use
Apparently it doesn't
NES and
translate,
SNES.
Yeah, SNES.
It's easier to
but
say.
yeah, I can't remember.
It would be,
whether
if it was on the NES, it would have been Zelda.
I can't remember whether we
Zelda.
did or not. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
thing. Like, I
Oh,
can't-
so you're saying you had the console, but...
I think I might have had the console, but I can't remember whether we definitely did.
no.
I know, like, my first real gaming thing was an Atari. My dad had
Wow.
one of the old, like, pine
Yeah.
box Atari.
Oh, yeah.
things.
Yeah, I had... Actually, as a kid, I brought... Because it was like in the second-hand shop, I brought the... I can't remember which Atari it was, but it was black. The back of it was slightly sloped, and you put the
Right.
cartridge in.
Yeah, that's
and it was
right.
angled out.
Yeah,
and it had
yeah.
the wooden ends, which
yeah.
I think was the rarer one with the wooden ends, because they released it without the wooden ends as well, I believe.
Yeah.
I can't
that
remember.
was
Was it
that-
32?
32.
yes.
I
Oh,
don't
I
know,
can't remember.
But then I think either I might have had a Nintendo for a very small amount of time, or I went straight to
God.
Mega Drive.
Oh my... So you were a Sega.
Oh yeah. I was
Oh,
Sega and then PlayStation.
We were Nintendo. Well, we had an Amiga. We had an Atari. My dad had a Commodore and a Commodore 64 and a Spectrum
Nice.
ZX, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all the old stuff. We had a NES. We had a SNES. Never had a Master System.
No.
We had
no,
the
me
Mega
neither.
Drive because that's what it's called. It's not called a Genesis.
No, it's a Mega
called
Drive.
a Mega Drive.
And a Mega Drive 2.
We had a Mega Drive 2. We didn't have a Mega Drive.
Yeah, I
we
had
a
the Mega Drive 2,
the one with
yeah.
the red buttons.
Yeah, that's right.
We missed the N64. Went straight to PlayStation.
Same here.
Dreamcast.
No.
We had a Dreamcast. Well, my brother. This is all my brother. Yeah, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2. I had a GameCube. That was such a good console, the GameCube. The Nintendo 64, because I got one later on in
Yeah.
life. Nintendo 64 and the GameCube were fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Like-
true. They were good for... but Nintendo generally is always good for kind of multiplayer
It's
games.
fun. It's they are party consoles
Yeah.
now. But yeah. But anyway, Zelda.
Yes,
Sorry.
yeah,
Zelda.
sorry.
I played... A Link to the Past was the first pretty much the first and only one I played. I played Ocarina of Time on the N64 because my friend had it. But I mean, they're the only ones I've really played. To be fair,
there are loads of them as well.
I mean, the Ocarina of Time was really, really good.
Apparently so. Yeah.
It was really good, and even the new one on the Wii U looks really good. Dream Catcher, I think it's called, a Dream Chaser.
Yeah. Something like that.
This is the knowledge. This is why I went first. But anyway, if you're going to play one, I would suggest get it on your Samsung Galaxy tab. I'll show you how to do it in a bit. And play A Link to the Past, because it is just so good.
Okay.
Brilliant. I can't say any more about it. Zelda fun. If you haven't played it, you need to play it.
Good game.
Get a SNES 9X on your
my
Android
tab.
device,
Yeah.
and then find a way of playing it.
Righto. Okay.
I'm not going to suggest downloading the ROM if you don't have the game at all.
Because that would be
wrong and illegal.
Yes.
But yeah, Zelda's fun. The story's alright. It's great.
Yeah.
fun.
What is it like? Because obviously Zelda is Zelda the princess that Link is trying to.
Zelda is the princess that is trapped in the castle.
Yeah.
She is Peach.
Right. Yeah.
To
Mario.
Yeah. Yeah. She is Peach to Mario.
And then he is going after her, trying to
find her. Yeah.
slay.
You got to try and find the Master Sword so you can save her. But you got to find other things before you can get to the Master Sword, and there's mana, which is like magic and shit like that. It's fucking, it's brilliant.
I understand
Just
it
so
because
much
it's
fun.
kind of Final Fantasy-ish in a way. It's an RPG.
It is an RPG in a sense.
Yeah.
Not a true
But
RPG. There's no leveling system
RPG,
really,
yeah.
or anything. But
Or post,
I don't know. Is it a JRPG? I don't know.
Who
Definition.
knows?
Nerd Church defined it all a couple of episodes ago. So
They
you
did.
go there if you want to know.
Yeah. And this is why my ABC is just an ABC rather than a whole episode this week.
Yeah.
Because mine is zombies, and I wanted to do a whole episode because I think we could do a whole episode.
Yeah, we
but,
could.
as you pointed out rightly, Nerd Church did that in their second or third
And
episode.
they define zombies better than we could.
Yeah,
in more
probably,
detail. So
yeah.
go listen to their zombie episode.
Well, I really enjoy zombie type films. And,
do you not think we're getting not overrun with zombies, but you know what I mean? Do you not think there's an oversaturation at the minute?
There always kind of has been, but it's
They're
never been
cool.
as mainstream.
Yeah.
Because since the Romero ones, you know, Day of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead and all that, which are brilliant.
Never seen them.
They're great.
I've never seen them.
They're great.
Yeah. That's my Zelda.
You had you started to get because it all kind of died out in the 80s, and then the late 90s it resurfaced again, but with running zombies, and I don't like running zombies. They're shit. Because Romero also remade Dawn of the Dead with running zombies.
I think the thing is, running zombies are not zombies, but for film and entertainment purposes, they are scarier.
Yeah. Oh,
it
yeah.
makes them
of
a lot
course,
scarier.
Yeah. But
for the thrill factor, for the entertainment factor, they are better. But,
I know. See, that's the thing. They're more thrilling.
Yes.
Whereas actually, the thing that zombies are very scary. Shambling zombies are scary because they're unstoppable. They don't have to run.
I suppose they just keep coming
They're
at you.
going to get you
Slowly.
Barbara.
But yeah, because you couldn't kill them, could you?
No.
Like now that it's understood, you stab a zombie in the brain, you kill it.
Yeah, as long
But
as you
in
can
that,
sever the
you
spinal
can't.
column or destroy the brain.
But can you, in the Romero zombies?
I think so. Yeah, but the thing is, there are so many of them. That,
Oh, yeah.
You know, and anyone who gets bitten by one comes back as one. It's an overwhelming tide of reanimated people. And I wish I could say that I'd seen World War Z or read World War Z. But I haven't.
No.
But from what I've
got
heard,
it to
is the
read.
books are really, really good.
Yeah,
and
I have
film
got them to read.
Is not so much.
I read a sample of it, and the chapter I read was very, very interesting. It was quite good. It was the start. It's just explaining the start of the outbreak.
Yeah.
But yeah, they actually talk about it in the latest HOM as well.
Oh,
The film
right.
World War Z.
Okay. So, see, the thing is, I haven't listened to any
No,
of these.
you
so,
will
like,
be. By
yeah.
next week, Tom would have caught up.
And I'll have been like, oh shit, I've piggybacked on a load of other stuff. That people
Probably not. But
But then, of course, we've got Walking Dead starting up again.
yeah, it started
already, hasn't it?
3 or 4 episodes in. And like Walking Dead, you get the slow start to the series or season, whatever. You get a slow start to the series, and then looks like next week's episode is just going to all fucking kick off. And you need to. If you enjoy zombies, you need to watch them.
Yeah, I know. It was something that I was supposed to have got on board with, but then never did. And
It is fantastic. It
I do
is
need
so
to.
good.
Because they're shambling zombies, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. There's no
they're-
running.
They're proper zombies.
They are they come at you really slowly and they will overpower you just like the sheer numbers by numbers.
That's it, and that's the kind of thing that I'm more interested in.
Yeah,
I also
there's-
need to read Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I feel,
Wow.
in the same vein
Yeah.
as like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, there's actually a scene in a couple of episodes ago in Walking Dead. It is not a spoiler, but there's a scene where a group of them, they've gone out to find medicine.
Yes.
And they're going out to find medicine because of something that's happening. And they get to like they're driving and then there's just like quite a lot of zombies in the road. And you're like, oh shit, they have to get out. They start to go over and they have to get out of the car, go into the forest. But as the camera, like on a crane, pans up, you see like a broken down train and just like thousands of zombies just by this train, and you're just like, oh my fucking god. Just like you say, the sheer number just overpowering, just walking slowly towards anything they hear. And it's just it is just one of those oh shit sort of moments.
And also zombie games as well.
Yes.
For example, the Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare.
Yeah. I've not played it. I'm still playing through.
Yeah, once you get to the end.
Why
of that,
did I pick my first game to play on a fucking gaming channel as the longest fucking game in the world?
Yeah, it's quite a few episodes.
Like since I've started playing that, I completed Rain. I've got one more chapter to go in fucking Mirror's Edge. You know what I mean? And it's like fucking Red Dead Redemption just keeps going. I'm in Mexico now though.
Right. Okay.
Not on the channel, but in actual
in
real
life,
time playing.
Yeah. IRL.
Yeah. But is the Undead Nightmare, is it good?
It's really good, yeah. Because again, they're shambling zombies, but as soon as you attract them, more and more come.
Oh, I see. So it's kind of like they give off a signal to the guys to let them know that it's here.
Really
so
good.
They swarm.
And there are certain missions where, like, say, because the people in the Wild West don't really comprehend the fact that they're, they can't understand that these people.
There has been no
coming
George
back
Romero.
No, exactly. It's
so they don't know what they are.
It's the 1800s.
Yeah.
The late 1800s. And yeah, they're like, oh, my wife has kind of come back, but she's a bit weird and stuff. And you've got to go to a graveyard. There are churches dotted about.
Oh, Seth's
and you've got to go to like the graveyard and like kill the boss zombie, but there's loads of others that come out of the graves all around you.
Seth would be fucked, wouldn't he?
You pretty much.
Yeah. Goes to exhume a body to find his fucking treasure map. No, he's dead straight away.
But yeah, again, the only way you can kill them is by shooting them in the head. Or you've got like a lit torch. And you can stab them in the head with it in the melee combat.
Awesome.
That's quite cool. There was, what was the one set like a bit like Dawn of the Dead in the shopping mall? That was.
Oh,
really
is that the
good.
Xbox one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be
see,
really
that's
good.
the biggest one. Yeah, but they're releasing a new one on Xbox One. Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
that's
what's it
right.
called? It's called.
What the fuck is its name?
I don't know. It is a complete just fucking hack. It's complete carnage, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's
That's
like one
supposed
of the
to be-
most popular Xbox games.
It's
out.
supposed to be really fun.
We're not Xbox.
No, I know
players,
it's
so-
rubbish, isn't it? So that's why I don't really know
yeah.
the name of it. But that looks really good.
It looks yeah.
It
Maybe
looks
it is,
fun.
but from when I watched it, I just watched someone just like with like chainsaw or hockey stick just beating the shit out of loads of zombies. I'm sure there is some sort of
There must be
strategical
some
element
sort of story
to it.
to it.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
just that, but what I saw, it kind of made me go, yeah.
Because I think Tom Bain had it.
Possibly.
When I lived with him.
I think most people who've got an Xbox that are into comics and shit like that have probably played it. It's called.
That's really
It's
annoying.
Dead Dying something.
Dying Light?
No, Dying Light's the one that I
Oh,
want.
that's the one you're. Yeah. Sorry.
That's the Mirror's Edge but with zombies.
That's the one that's coming up, isn't it? And that's the
next
one.
Yeah, it's
next
like,
year.
I'm considering doing it on my gaming channel with like a reaction cam while I'm playing it.
I
It's like
think
Mirror's Edge where you're jumping about places, but yeah, you've got
Trying to get away
zombies,
from
and when it
zombies.
gets to night, the zombies are rather than just ambling about and trying to find anything, they are looking for you.
They're super powered as well,
Yeah.
aren't they?
I think that's running zombies, but
Yeah.
for the sake of a thrilling game, you need that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, I'm playing I know I'm late on fucking everything.
So,
but the
it's
Walking
fine.
Dead game. But it's the
Right.
Telltale game. It's not the survival. It's not the survival one. It's like a choose your own adventure
Oh right.
sort of game. It's point and click, and it's done episodic. There's 5 episodes, and then there's the 500 days, and then season 2's coming out. at the end of this year actually. But I got it in the Steam summer sale for like £3-4,
Yeah.
and it was it's like 20 quid normally. But that's really fun. You can get it on the PlayStation. I would suggest you play it.
Get it,
and get some headphones because it's
Immerse
fucking
yourself.
scary.
Yeah,
it does get scary, but that's brilliant. I'm like nearly finished episode 2 now. My computer's freezing at a certain point every time, so I've got it on my laptop. But that is fucking fun, and it's really good story. That's fun. But zombie games are fun. It's just fun. I think that's the only one I've played. I mean, fucking Resident Evil.
Well, yeah,
Fucking
of course,
dickheads.
yeah.
But that's not zombies, is it? That's not really zombies. It's a virus.
Yeah.
It's
kind of-
zombies in the same way that fucking I Am Legend is zombies.
and 28 Days Later,
Yeah.
because 28 Days Later is not a zombie film. It's an
I suppose
infection
they are zombies
film.
because they're dead, aren't they? They die and then they come back, which
Well,
is
they
a
don't.
zombie.
Not all of them die though. That's the thing. Because Robert Carlyle's character in 28 Weeks Later doesn't die. He just kisses his wife, and then it's transmitted via her saliva.
So it doesn't kill his body.
No.
So, oh, okay.
No, it's an infection film. I think more than a.
But I suppose if you have to kill the brain to kill the zombie, then in some senses they're alive.
Yeah, they've got some sort of motor function.
Yeah.
But it's not a consciousness. I don't
I
think.
suppose as being alive, it's the heart beating.
Yeah, because that's the thing that you can destroy the heart, but it doesn't matter because it's the brain that is the thing that's driving them.
Yeah. But I don't know. Zombies just.
The Resident Evil films, not so much though.
First one was good.
First one was good, yeah, and then the second one was silly, and then I didn't watch any.
I
of
don't
those.
know. Me and Liz watched them because they're just fun.
Really?
Yeah, they are really fun.
I'm sure they are. Yeah.
I mean, you need
I-
to separate them from the Resident Evil franchise,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
But they are good because it gets to a point where they're out in the open world.
Yeah.
Trying to
Once
escape.
they get to like, is it the one? Retribution or something is the one. Is
I
that
think so.
Outbreak is the one in Las Vegas where it's just all desert now? Or
I
something.
don't know which one's which, and I don't know what order they're
But
in.
my thing with that was like she's kind of normal. Oh no, wait, she might be a clone, or there might be a couple of her.
And she's
sometimes she's
superhuman.
got powers, sometimes she doesn't.
But fucking Ripley in Alien series.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Alien Resurrection, isn't it?
Yeah,
Where they bring her,
but she is definitely.
They bring
a
her back
clone
because
and
she's the only one that can kill the aliens, isn't it? I mean,
kind of, yeah. But again,
I like
I
it.
have an
It's
affinity
fun.
to
It's just
Alien
fun.
Resurrection because it was written by Joss Whedon, wasn't it?
yeah.
So that alone gives it credential enough to be good.
But-
But yeah, not zombie at all.
No.
Although you could possibly
No,
Ripley
you
isn't
can't.
a zombie.
You
no.
can't. Oh, yeah. No.
She died, but she was not brought back to life as a flesh-eating.
That's just brought back as part fucking alien.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah, so zombies, I enjoy them.
Are there
if
any
you
books?
really want to listen, what?
Are there any books you've
Well,
read?
apart from World War Z.
No, that you've read.
That I've read? No, I haven't read any zombie books. I read more vampire books. There's a set of vampire books that I really, really enjoy by a guy called David Wellington.
Oh, right.
And it centres around a central female character called Laura Caxton. They're really fucking good. They read like films and they're fucking gory and they're proper
cool.
vampires as
Awesome.
well.
Not zombies.
No, I know.
But yeah, I think other than World War Z, the zombie book, I want to read Zombie Survival Guide.
Yeah.
Oh, and We're Alive, the podcast.
There is the podcast We're Alive, which is zombiepodcast.com, I believe.
Yes. Have you started listening?
No, I
You
haven't,
haven't
because
managed to
I'm getting to the end of Drunk Geekcast, up to date with them, and then I will go
HOM.
back. Yeah, I've got a lot at the
Yeah.
moment, actually.
But zombies, yeah. I mean, if you've got any suggestions of stuff to read or play or watch,
Yeah.
I mean, let us know. I mean, I know there's going to be some of our listeners who do know. I
I'm sure.
know Smokey and Stephen are probably going to go like, fucking, well, you've not like watched any of the George Romero, fucking
Yeah.
watch them.
I have,
Yeah, but me, I haven't.
but yeah, no. It is something that I need to get involved with. Is stuff like Walking Dead.
Yeah,
And a couple of the
that
games
you
and
really
stuff,
do.
because it was mainly just the films that I really, really enjoyed. Like Dawn of the Dead is an absolute classic.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is
Yeah.
also a classic, but for a slightly different reason. But absolute brilliant, absolute brilliance.
yeah.
The way that they kind of reference all those old films, and I think the more you know, and the more you've watched the older films as well, the more you get from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
You know.
There's no point in turning it up now, is there? Oh, it'll be fine. But
But yeah, so that's my Z, and that's the end of the ABCs.
Oh, no.
I don't know what we're gonna do next week.
No, we're not going to do it. I mean, there's been weeks where we just speak way too long. Maybe we'll do under an hour next week.
Maybe we'll try. We do try.
Because our
We
last
do-
like 10, 15 minutes is always the ABCs.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, well, I think we'll do. Yeah, we know what we're going to follow
We've got
up with.
we've got
to try
another
and sort something
feature,
out.
but we've got to sort out a theme tune.
And
for
how
it
are we going to
first.
do it? We need to work it out.
Yeah.
Because there's some ideas I could throw around on it.
Yeah.
But that might make the podcast come out a bit later with my ideas.
Okay.
But we're stuff to talk about.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I know I want to
strange.
ask for something, but I don't know what.
Right.
We finished ABCs.
Yeah.
We've got an idea of what we're going to do for our 52nd, or I've put an idea out there. We just need to logistically work it out. But like we
Yeah,
say, if you
for our-
want to
yeah,
get
our-
involved and let us know, or if you want to fucking
That's
Skype
right.
in for our last
For
one.
our last one,
Our 52nd one,
our
sorry.
year anniversary
Last.
show.
Yeah, maybe we'll make it our last one.
But yeah, so we're thinking about maybe putting it on a live stream like we
Yeah.
did in the very beginning of the podcast.
We started to try to, but
Which
now
is
we've
a
kind of
little
got a
bit
better understanding of what we're
of
doing.
how we're doing it, yeah. And also we maybe, you know, if you wanted to get involved, maybe you want to Skype in and we can have a conversation. We can all be drinking beers.
Yeah, because we might do it later on.
Yeah, to
for
kind
us. So
so that the overseas listeners can maybe get involved as well. It could be like a party line.
yeah, maybe we'd fucking do a Google Hangout, have a group chat.
Yeah, why
Get
not?
on your webcams, people.
Yeah,
I know, because then we'd have to try and record it somehow.
that's true.
Fuck
it
that.
would be difficult, but you know, we'll try and
We'll
sort
figure
something
something
out.
out.
And if you want to, you know,
If you've got any suggestions, or if you think
Yeah.
it's a good idea, let us know.
Yeah,
Please,
if
please get in touch, please.
at gmail.com.
Yeah,
ABH
ABHpod.
Or, you know, message us on Facebook or Twitter or something like that. Just let us know if you want to be involved in our year anniversary. It's coming up in 10 weeks.
Yes,
So it will be the last week in January
possible.
or the first week
Possibly.
in February. I can't remember.
No, we
when
started in January.
We did,
we
yeah.
did start in
so it'll
January.
probably
I
be
think
the
it was-
last weekend in January, I think, is going to
Maybe.
be our 52nd show. So you've got 10 weeks in which to say whether you would like to be on or not, or whether it's a good idea that we even do this. Who knows?
Yeah, it'll be the last week in January. You were right.
Righto.
I was trying to work it out. Sorry.
So yeah, just, you know, let us know.
Yeah, get in touch.
So for Anywhere But Here this week, and the demise of the ABCs with the zombies have killed it.
Yeah.
Maybe it will revive at some point in the future as a zombie.
And maybe something will play us out this week as a farewell.
Who knows? But for Anywhere But Here this week, I've been Tom.
And I've been Ed.
Bye.
The ABCs of ABH. What letters today?
Oh. Bye. We apologise to any of our listeners if our use of the word cunt offended you.
We also apologise if you felt that the frequency of which cunt was used was excessive.
We did warn you at the beginning.
You cunt. Thanks for listening.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.